It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's BS3. I am your host, Marlon, and on today's show, I'm changing up a lot. As y'all may know, last week we was doing the new segments where I tried to go through a bunch of Black history and everything, and last week was Plessy v. Ferguson, and I didn't want to do that show without Thiz, because Thiz is very knowledgeable about Black history, pretty much anything Black, to be honest with you. And I just didn't feel right, so I wanted to give him an opportunity to be on the show. And he's going to be pretty much busy every Sunday, I think up until my birthday, which is in 2 weeks. That's one. So that's why we're not doing that show, doing that again until he gets back. Number two, and here's the experiment. A lot of times when I do the Reddit stories, there are short clippets, snippets here and there, and it's getting kind of harder to find ones that are I deem good enough to be on this show. So I found a new Redditor, YouTube Redditor, and he does segments. He does one big long segments or one big long story. And the good thing that I like about him is we have a lot of stories that we have done on the show that doesn't have updates to it until now. So I was planning on doing this anyway, to just have one big long Reddit story. And man, I came across this one right here, folks. I don't even know where to begin to tell you, but this will go down as my all-time favorite Redditor segment, story, saga, however you want to introduce it. Um, but it's fantastic. Um, so without further ado, let's get this party started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it right now. Man wants a cheap wedding dress.
This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole, and it's by user Josh8449. Am I the a-hole, I, 38 male, for telling my fiancée, female 27, her wedding dress choice is way too extravagant and suggesting alternatives? We are getting married in 6 months. The venue is booked and the wedding is pretty much sorted. Emma has been researching dresses and has a little scrapbook of lots of dresses she likes for ideas, but is now looking to buy. All that's left to get is the bridesmaid dress and her wedding dress. We jointly put aside $10,000 each for the wedding. Everything is paid, and we have $6,000 left over, which I think could go towards the honeymoon on top of the honeymoon fund we already have. We aren't the extravagant type at all. Then comes time for Emma to pick her dress. I know everything is more expensive when it has the term wedding attached to it. What I wasn't expecting was a $950 dress plus a $120 veil. I'm using my dad's old tux he used for his wedding to my mom, just had it taken in a little. Emma can't use her mom's dress, like her and her mom both say, the style hasn't aged well, which is fair. I had a quick Google around at dresses online, and there were so many, and so many just like the one Emma wants for like $50 to $100. I'm not trying to get her to cheap out on her dress, but she will literally wear it once. One dress for over $1,000 is just insane. That would fund our honeymoon. I tried to show her some dresses I found on a recommended app called Wish, and others on websites, but she was having none of it. She is very slender, but apparently wants it especially fitted. It turned nasty, unfortunately, because I said I refuse to drop such a large amount of money on a dress, and she argued that she is using her own money for the dress. This isn't strictly true, as we are about to marry and our finances will be joined. Then her mom had to get involved. They offered to pay for the dress, but it's not a case of not being able to afford it. It's a dress. There are identical ones online at a fraction of the cost. I thought she would be ecstatic to learn there are identical dresses for a fraction of the cost, but she was really angry and upset. Am I the a-hole here? Is there something I am seriously missing? Because after we argued about the dress, Emma has been extremely cold towards me. Then, yesterday, she said if I want her to cheap out on her wedding dress on her wedding day, that she needs to really consider if we are a good match for marriage. I'm blown away that she would say that over a dress. I told her she's like a toddler throwing a tantrum over a sparkly toy she can't have. That was a mistake, as she left to stay with her parents, who called to tell me I am much more than an a-hole. Am I the a-hole here?
Okay. Let's go back a little bit. I have heard this story several times now. One, because it's funny as crap to me. But something clicked in my head as this story was playing. This dude doesn't even get the satisfaction of saying it's a misunderstanding. You know, there's a lot of stories where certain things were said and it was taken out of context. You shouldn't have said it, but it was still taken out of context. You shouldn't have said it. I have never had a story where everything guy is doing is just dead wrong. Like literally across the board, dead wrong. One, you fellas, when it comes to wedding dresses, unless it's really a financial, really out of your budget, so to speak, stay out of it. Just let them have the dress that they want. It it's not your lane. Stay out of it. Just if you think it's cute, it's cute. If you don't think it's cute, you don't, that's fine. But just really, just stay out of it. Two, a $1,500 dress with the veil, bruh, that's cheap. I mean, so when it comes to wedding dresses, that's really cheap. If she wants a nice one for that price, man, come on. Number three, even when it gets to the point where the mother, the future mother-in-law is saying, I'll pay for it. So in other words, it's not even coming out of the wedding budget now. It's not even coming out of the wedding budget. I'll pay for it. You still don't like that idea. You don't even like that. So right now, as I see it, when it comes to people like this, you're just wanting to win a fight. Like there is no principle. It's the principle of the no. You just want to win the fight. And now that you can't win the fight, you're just coming up with excuses now. You know, am I the a-hole? Yeah, kind of are. You did absolutely nothing right at all through this whole thing. So I don't know what to tell you. Let me see. Hello, my wonderful wife. Hello. How are you? I don't know where everybody else is. No, Tracy said that she was going to be late, and Lord, I may have to replay all of this all over again for them, but it just depends on when they come on. So we'll see. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So obviously, OP going on Reddit to tell his lame side of the story just did not land. So OP comes back and, of course, again, takes no accountability whatsoever.
Emma has been keeping up with this thread because she told me not to take it down. She wanted to read the replies, and now she's blocked me on Messenger and my calls go to voicemail. So thanks a lot, everyone. Could have left it at "you're the a-hole, legitimately out for blood." Mob mentality if I ever saw it. The gowns I found on Wish looked very professionally made and very similar to the ones she's picked. I would never tell her what to wear. She can wear what she wants. It is the absurd price that I am against. I mentioned the second-hand wedding dress store, and she said no without even going to take a look. When you buy something offline, do you base your purchase off of the picture? Like on Amazon or any other site, why would Wish be the exception? I think of it like eBay and Amazon. There will always be bad reviews because 99.9% of purchases probably go perfectly well, and no one makes a YouTube video about their perfectly ordinary purchase. Do you think sound-minded, mature adults run to their parents and block your calls? Not in my experience. It's childish. I don't care if she sees this. I'm already blocked and she's already read 100 comments saying I'm an abusive a-hole over a damn dress. She hasn't called anything off. She is just hiding out at her parents, ignoring me because she's mad, and I totally understand that. I do get why she's mad. I watched some YouTube videos of Wish wedding dresses, and yes, Wish are trash. I get it. I was wrong about that site. Emma has blocked me and her phone is ringing through to voicemail. I called her parents' house and the line is off the hook. So if you see this, Emma, call me, please. I won't shout. I won't get mad. I just want to end this crap. Get whatever dress you want. I see that I was wrong. I'm sorry.
again, take no accountability at all. At the end, he threw in the usual misunderstanding. Because everything that he was talking about, yeah, I researched it and then found out it was trash. Uh, yeah, but you could have did that before you even opened your mouth. Or you could have just kept your mouth shut and just let it be. It it had nothing to do with you other than you're in the wedding. Is people like this amaze me. People who make issues out of absolutely nothing. Even when there's a resolution to the problem, you still make it an issue. You can't help it. We talked about this the other day. One of the other shows where we just says there are people who just has to be in drama. They can't help it. It's something in them that something has to be dramatic. That they just cannot be happy. And this guy just sounds like one of the people that just things are going too smoothly, and I have to make a big deal about it. And now it may have burned them. Now it literally may have burned them. Don't want to deal with you no more. Foxy comes in. Men should never have a say in the wedding dress. Period. Absolutely. That's guys. That's not our lane. That's not our lane. Now, granted, I can say this. I'm not talking about the outliers, the fashion designers, and the people who just know fashion, especially when it comes to wedding. I'm not talking about them. 9 out of 10, we ain't no guys. You know who I'm talking about. We are not that guy. Let her have the dress. Say it's cute, give your opinion. Chances are you probably never even going to see the dress until the wedding day anyway, but it depends on, your tradition. But just stay out of it, folks. Just leave it alone. Then she comes back. I think he's controlling because why is he this upset over the cost of the wedding dress and the dress is cheap comparably? Yeah. I don't even know how to add anything to that. He's very controlling. He can't help himself. He just likes to win fights. He likes to start fights and win it. And oh, by the way, let me add something else for you guys to understand. Please, please, please believe that name calling is not going to fix the issue. You're just acting like a child. You're just acting silly. I have yet for anybody, male or female, to be name called and they go, maybe you're right. Maybe I am acting like a no, says nobody. Nobody does that. The guy's controlling. He likes to start fights. He likes to win fights, even if there's a resolution to the fight. That's not the point. That is not the point to find a resolution. The resolution is to agree with him and let's be done with it. So we can move on to another issue that doesn't exist. He's not sorry. He's trying to backpedal since Redditors. Oh, that's that. Redditors are calling him the a-hole. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He's not sorry. He's trying to do damage control now, basically. That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to do damage control. And it's not working. That was just one of my favorite stories, but it's not working. So now this is where it gets fun. This is where it gets fun. Emma, the fiance, the bride to be, maybe. The bride to be found the post and she did a post of her own. Hang on tight, folks, because it gets a whole lot worse.
This post is from the subreddit Relationships, and it's by user ThrowawayWedding22. Me, 23 female, with my fiance, 43 male, of 1.5 years. He has humiliated me just a few months before our wedding over my dress, and I don't know what to do. I will change the name despite his inability to do the same. I don't really care if he sees this, but he isn't subbed to Relationships. I literally don't know where to start. My fiance, we'll call Greg. I don't know what came over him. It was completely insane. We are getting married in summer. The argument started over my wedding dress. I picked a very simple and traditional gown that was already discounted as it is an X-sample gown. My absolute idiot of a fiance decided to post to a subreddit asking for opinions, or more likely validation, on whether I was being unreasonable. My dress is under $1,000, but will come to around $1,500 with alterations. We have over $7,000 left in our budget. And that's another thing that seriously upset me, that he lied in his post multiple times. I make a much higher salary than him, so we agreed he would put $5,000 towards the wedding and I put in the rest. But why lie? Why ask for opinions if you've skewed the details? I had absolutely no problem with this, as he makes just above the minimum wage. The thread got way too much attention. I had already gone to my parents because I was angry about him calling me immature and shouting about me being spoiled. I also happened to find the thread shortly after he made it because not only did he use my real name, his throwaway was his real name followed by his alarm pin. He sent me a text saying that he wasn't the a-hole in this situation, and I just knew he would post it on Reddit. It's not the first time he's posted on Reddit about stuff, but nothing of this magnitude. Anyway, I don't know what to do. He got utterly hammered last night and called my parents. My dad had to hang up on him because he was screaming down the phone, and my mom was disgusted. I can't get the money back on the venue or anything. I recently started antidepressants because I've been feeling low, but now I just feel empty. This whole thing was about the cost of my dress, and he suggested I use the Wish app to get an identical gown. First, he refused to listen to me that Wish is garbage, but he also argued it to death in the comments. I read every single comment in that thread, and it was like being punched in the gut. I can't get over the odd lies either. He gave out my real name and his, but lied about the age gap and budget. I am 23 and he is 43. Admittedly, he looks much younger, and for the first few weeks dating, I thought he was in his early 30s. We also have only been together a year, not 2 years, I think he said, and I'm starting to think this was all too fast. I need help, I need advice. I know I'm quite possibly pot calling the kettle by posting to Reddit, but I post here a lot usually anyway, and all the fake accounts claiming to be me might throw him off anyway. How do I handle this calmly?
Hey, Tracy.
Where everybody, huh?
I don't know where Anna is. It could be anywhere between. Remember, time sprung forward last night. So I don't know if she thinks that it's 7 o'clock and just waiting for the show, or she's not feeling well and she's not even feeling well enough to let us know that she's not feeling well. So, did you catch any of that? Okay. For those who are watching, please
hi everybody. Hi everybody.
For those who's watching, please forgive me because I'm just gonna play the first clip again so she can catch up. And then I'll fill her in on everything else after that. So bear with me. I'm just gonna play the first clip, but let me see what everybody else says. Yeah, that age gap has me wondering if he's been grooming her, but she seemed to be a smart lady. Yeah. So I apologize for everybody who's been watching the show. Sorry, but there's no need for us to keep going on through this show with Tracy, and Tracy has no idea what's going on. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm just literally going to play the first clip, and I will, recap everything to Tracy up to the next one. So here we go, Tracy. Have fun. Oh, by the way, just in case you missed it, my all-time favorite story. All-time favorite.
This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole, and it's by user Josh8449. Am I the a-hole, I, 38 male, for telling my fiancée, female 27, her wedding dress choice is way too extravagant and suggesting alternatives? We are getting married in 6 months. The venue is booked and the wedding is pretty much sorted. Emma has been researching dresses and has a little scrapbook of lots of dresses she likes for ideas, but is now looking to buy. All that's left to get is the bridesmaid's dress and her wedding dress. We jointly put aside $10,000 each for the wedding. Everything is paid, and we have $6,000 left over, which I think could go towards the honeymoon on top of the honeymoon fund we already have. We aren't the extravagant type at all. Then comes time for Emma to pick her dress. I know everything is more expensive when it has the term wedding attached to it. What I wasn't expecting was a $950 dress plus a $120 veil. I'm using my dad's old tux he used for his wedding to my mom, just had it taken in a little. Emma can't use her mom's dress, like her and her mom both say, the style hasn't aged well, which is fair. I had a quick Google around at dresses online, and there were so many just like the one Emma wants for like $50 to $100. I'm not trying to get her to cheap out on her dress, but she will literally wear it once. One dress for over $1,000 is just insane. That would fund our honeymoon. I tried to show her some dresses I found on a recommended app called Wish, and others on websites, but she was having none of it. She is very slender, but apparently wants it especially fitted. It turned nasty, unfortunately, because I said I refuse to drop such a large amount of money on a dress, and she argued that she is using her own money for the dress. This isn't strictly true, as we are about to marry and our finances will be joined. Then her mom had to get involved. They offered to pay for the dress, but it's not a case of not being able to afford it. It's a dress. There are identical ones online at a fraction of the cost. I thought she would be ecstatic to learn there are identical dresses for a fraction of the cost, but she was really angry and upset. Am I the a-hole here? Is there something I am seriously missing? Because after we argued about the dress, Emma has been extremely cold towards me. Then, yesterday, she said if I want her to cheap out on her wedding dress on her wedding day, that she needs to really consider if we are a good match for marriage. I'm blown away that she would say that over a dress. I told her she's like a toddler throwing a tantrum over a sparkly toy she can't have. That was a mistake, as she left to stay with her parents, who called to tell me I am much more than an a-hole. Am I the a-hole here?
Is this fool serious?
Oh, gracious. Okay. So there it is. I'll let you speak in a few minutes, but I just want to catch you up on what happened since then, okay?
Where do you find these people at? Like, do you?
I literally accidentally just came across it. Just to give you a heads up, I've been more willing to start looking up more complete stories instead of one-time stories, because I get kind of tired of going, hey, can you give me an update on what's going on? And I'm not ever getting an update on it. Well, I found a guy who gives updates, and I came across this story, and it was like, oh, this is great. This is one of the best stories I ever heard in my life. So anyway, after that, OP comes back and says that now he understands that, no, first thing he came out of his mouth was, thanks, Redditor. You could have just called me the a-hole and been done with it. But now she's really mad after reading all the comments and everything. This is such mob mentality. And I just don't understand why everybody is jumping on me because I was just doing what I thought was the best thing for the wedding. And she could, and this is the part that kills me. He starts really backpedaling. She can wear whatever she wants to wear. I have no problem with what she's wearing. I just didn't like the cost. And now she won't talk to me. So then after that bunch of crap, Emma found the post and she posted to categorize a lot of things. First of all, he lied about the age. The real age is she's 23 and OP is 43.
Ugh.
Second of all, the $10,000, that's not true. He put in $5,000. She put in the rest because she makes a lot more money than he does. And so to say that there's $7,000 left, yeah, because that majority of the money is hers. Because he only works a minimum wage job. I'm not fronting him on that. I'm just saying, now you're lying. Also, and this is my all-time favorite, he used their real name on Reddit. So Emma is Emma. He used his name plus the 4 digits to his alarm code. So there you go. You're caught up. Take it away.
This man is an idiot. Is he for real? Who the bleep gets the dress on Wish? Who? Who sits here and says, yeah, this is one of the most important days of my life, so let me go to Wish. If you don't sit your cheap behind younger woman issue self down somewhere and shut up, girl, run. Don't you marry this man. First of all, he's 20 years. She's only 23. Is she really ready to get married, or does she like the idea of being married? That's got to be my first question. That age difference is really bothering me. Yes, I know love is love and blah, 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 but that age difference, I ain't with it. He gonna be telling you what to do through the relationship. Girl, find you a man your own age. Stay out of the AARP category and get somebody your own age. Don't you do this. Don't marry this man, period. Don't you do it. He's Wish. He wanted her to get her dress off of Wish. You realize none of that stuff ever fits, right? Has anybody ever ordered anything off of Wish? Has anybody ever said, I ordered off of Wish and it fit just fine? No, 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 no. I found an identical dress. I don't care if the dress costs $10,000. Her parents offered to pay for it.
Yeah.
Shut up. Say thank you. And how do you know she's going to just wear it once? Maybe she gives it to her daughter. Maybe she gives it to her friend. Maybe she keeps it for keepsake's sake. Boy, bye. Bye. Goodbye. Good riddance. Take your cane. Take your car. Shut up. And stop using people's real names like she ain't going to find out. Oh, some of these men are real trifling.
This is my sister-in-law. Hello, Tanya. Nah, no one's going to Wish.
Nobody!
So her parents offered, and he still said no. Child, I'm leaving. You're not my daddy. And then she goes back, I knew it. He was acting like her daddy. Wow. And not AARP. Like, wow, Tracy. I mean, you're literally older than the dude.
His AARP self needs to sit down somewhere and stop marrying girls young enough to be his daughter. You're trifling behind it.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on.
You mean there's more?
Oh, there's a lot more. Like I said, this is a saga. This is a saga. This will literally take up the first whole hour. So Emma is still online, and she is responding to some questions. So here are the questions.
It was an old sample gown, that's why it was going to cost a little to adjust. I was obsessed with sweetheart neckline, and for a while, I really wanted a full-on ball gown, but I wanted the freedom of movement of something more floaty. Now, it's just depressing seeing that dress, sorry. And here's a picture of the dress that OP shared, and also pictures of her engagement ring along with her username. My post was deleted by the mods, and it was probably for the best. I know for a fact he is still drunk because he was sent home from work with a warning. I'm really tired. I love Reddit, and this has really turned things sour for me. I know there's been a lot of support, and people have been very kind to me, but the comments calling me crazy and the screenshots he sent me of the people who've defended him in his PMs because they didn't want to get downvoted were vile. I've had my grammar picked on, I've even had people wondering if it's a troll account and had people creating accounts pretending to be me. It's exhausting, and he's caused all of this and just goes and drink. I might be younger than him, but he's being childish as hell. He gave up PMing my main account and has now found my alternative account due to my own idiocy of deciding to take part in this mess. Thank you to everyone who has been kind, and please ignore anything he posts in the next 24 hours. He is drunk.
Girl, leave this fool. He has a drinking problem. Not only is he AARP, he needs to, and I'm saying this with all sincerity in my heart, this man is an alcoholic. Who gets sent home from work for drinking? Usually they fire you for that kind of stuff. If you show up drunk to work, you usually don't have a job. So he either works at a bar, he's a mechanic, or something where they just don't give a flip. Girl, leave him. Leave him. You said he's drunk. How many more times he gonna be drunk? How many? Leave him. Leave him. Run. And Alcoholics Anonymous, give him that number, because this is a consistent thing from what I'm picking up. Nah, girl, run.
Yeah, when she gets on the road, Tanya, it's downhill from that point.
It's uphill, because y'all know I'm right.
So he's a drunk too? So not a bar mechanic. Look,
what job could you work at if you show up drunk?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. You do have issues if your job is involved in your drinking. Now, I don't know if you showed up at the job drunk. I don't know if you drunk so badly the night before that you came in with the world biggest hangover, and they was like, you need to go home and sleep this off. But whatever it is, this ain't good. This is not good at all. So I would say I would give you the advice of, slowing down and everything. But bro, I literally think this be one into one ear and out the other. So I'm not gonna waste my time. So let's go ahead and continue on. Guess what? OP is back.
So everything we've read up to now happened in the span of 24 to 36 hours. Then, 3 days after his original post, OP wrote another post which he deleted because it got downvoted to oblivion. However, I was able to recover it, so let's move on with that. This post is from the subreddit Relationships, and it's by user Deleted, although we all know it was Josh. I, 40s male, messed up big time, and my fiance, 20s female, had called off our wedding 5 months before it was to go ahead, and I don't know how to fix things. I made a really stupid mistake. I'm going to keep things extremely vague because I don't want a repeat of last time. Me and my fiancée, Linda, had a small disagreement over the price of her wedding dress, and instead of just talking it out, I posted about it to Reddit. Things got way out of hand. Her friends saw the post and it got way too much attention. Things were still salvageable, it seemed, until the newspapers picked up on it and then started covering the story and harassing Linda for interviews and asking if she had dumped me. She has gone to stay with her parents for the foreseeable future and has cancelled the venue and the flowers and just about everything. I want to make things right, but she has blocked me and turned off her phone. The papers are still running with the story, but I really need this to work. I need to make things right. All of this over a dress. Any help or advice would go a long way right now. I only found out about this sub because she mentioned it, and I'm sorry if the post is rambling or long. I'm in a bad headspace right now.
Okay, so
Dude, take accountability.
thank you. You're not taking accountability on absolutely nothing that happened. 1, 2, and 3 of this whole thing. It is not about the dress. It was you trying to be controlling. If somebody sits there and say it is not coming out of the budget, the wedding budget, and you still have an issue with it, it's not about the dress. You can't even damage control anymore on this. It's done, man. It's done. You're not going to get it. And I'm going to tell you why I said that it's a done deal. Because not only are you not taking accountability of what's going on, you're trying to salvage your control again.
Yep.
You're trying to make it seem like everybody else is wrong except you. It cannot possibly be that big of a deal. And everybody else is making it a big deal except you. You are people who don't take accountability in their actions always make it seem like everybody else is the crazy one. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's just not only a science, that's life. I.e., you want to be stupid things going to happen to you. It ain't up for you to understand. You ain't got to understand. Somebody don't want to deal with you no more over your stupidity, they don't have to. If they really don't. He just wants to be right and can't admit it, he's wrong and wouldn't move on. But just in case anybody didn't hear that, he just wants to be right and can't admit that he's wrong and won't move on. No, he cannot move on because he wants to control back. He's even wanted to control the narrative, which he didn't know was going to get out of hand. Also, be honest with you, just between you and me, bro, let's be honest. This really didn't become a real big deal to you until the newspaper got involved in it, and you're trying to stop that from going out because you've been blasted on Reddit. So you definitely don't want the whole little small town you in being your own live Reddit life. But again, you're not going to pay attention to anything that I say anyway. Go ahead, Tracy.
He gonna change the name to Linda like that was gonna make up for what he did the first time. Boy, we know what you doing. First of all, your priorities are wrong. And I'm saying what I'm about to say in all seriousness. You need help. You have a substance abuse issue. You have a definite issue when your job says that your alcohol drinking is affecting your work. Something wrong. You need to forget about her and get help. That being said, girl, good. Block him. Don't you talk to him. Don't you talk to his cousins, his mother, his past girlfriend. Nope. You move on. You get you a better man, and take some time. You 20. Well, either she's 20 or 23, because I don't know what to believe out of this man anymore. Sometimes it's better to be single than be married to something like this. No, his priority, he's so off. It's like everything he says is like, I messed up. Okay, well, that's a start. But what you need to say is, my name is whatever his name is. I'm an alcoholic. And I'm being serious about that. You have problems. Problems. And that's going to continue to be a problem. I mean, you're going to deal with substance abuse issues for the rest of your life. But until you admit that you have a problem, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Okay, moving on.
Wait a minute. This has to be the end, right?
Nope, 2 more. So there were people in the comment who knew this story, because remember, he tried to come off as this is the first time he's ever written to Redditor and everything else. People already picked up on the story that, dude, we know your BS.
Don't change your name to Linda. We know who Linda is.
So
listen, Linda.
Yeah.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. No. Listen, Linda. No, anyway. So there are 2 commenters that tried to help him.
Now, I'm just gonna read 2 comments. One giving him genuine advice regarding this whole situation, and another one that actually allows for Emma to give a reply. I'm sorry, did I say Emma? I think it's Linda. Doesn't matter. Jenna Squarepants says, OMG, this guy. First off, I feel like you are making this post as some kind of romantic gesture to try to persuade Linda into getting back with you, which just shows how immature and manipulative you are. She should be dating someone her own age, and you should be dating someone yours. Neither of you sound like you are ready for marriage, so I would take this as a sign to save yourself the hassle of divorce and lawyers. The only reason you are wanting the newspaper articles to be removed is because it's showing how awful you treated her. I'm sorry, but I don't think that trying to mend this relationship will be good for either of you. You should make a very heartfelt apology to Linda and her parents for all of this. Maybe seek a counselor to talk about some things you are trying to work through and eventually get yourself back out there once you've corrected some of your behaviors. I wish you luck. Home Soda Artisanal says, in no way I'm saying you even have a chance after you showed your ass as bad as you did. But if you want any chance at all, even the slightest, write her an apology so she doesn't have to talk to you. Then let her know you're going to get individual therapy and understand why you're emotionally abusive. That's the only way I see even a 5% chance of rectifying this. And Opie responded, I already tried this. I put it through her parents' mailbox. Then in the morning, it was in my mailbox, shredded through the shredder. Then somebody tagged Emma or Linda on this comment and she replied, oh wow, Reddit notifies you when you're mentioned? I didn't know about the letter. I bet my dad shredded it while I was at work. I say this from the bottom of my heart and with utter sincerity and most genuine urgency. Please F off, Josh. And OP Josh responded, you didn't get my letter? It was important. Please answer my calls or even messages.
I went to church today. I went to church. It was a great service.
It's over.
I don't want to screw up everything that I had going this morning because we had a really good service. But this fool right here, he getting ready to wash all that away. And I'm really trying here. I'm really trying. I'm really, really trying.
Dude, it's over.
She don't want you.
It's over.
You didn't get my letter. It's important.
No, it's not.
And first of all, it's illegal to put stuff in people's mailboxes. Hello?
Like this guy would know.
Everybody should know that. Everybody knows that.
Everybody should. Everybody also should know, do not tell your wife what kind of wedding dress you should wear. Everybody also should know, don't get your wedding dress off of wish.com. We found the one guy who doesn't know any of those things. So, yeah.
This man is trifling. He is straight up trifling.
Oh, one more video, everybody, and then we're going to take it home. So, here come Josh or whatever his
Michael, Eddie, Brandon.
Fred and them. Here's OP. 5 months later. 5 months, y'all. 5 months. Things can change in 5 months. You know, you can go get therapy. What you said, go to Alcohol Anonymous, AA. Things can change in 5 months. Yeah, no.
This post is from the subreddit Dating Advice, and it's from user Josh8449. Struggling to get back into the dating scene since my fiance left me unexpectedly. A few months back, I was going to be married, and long story short, we're called off. She wanted to end things, I didn't. And I feel like I've lost all of my trust in women. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I was dating someone called Isabel up until last week. She's really amazing and kind, but the second she heard about my ex and the fiasco that surrounded it, she ghosted me. And it's become a pattern. At some point, no matter how close we're getting, they hear about it from a friend or it comes up somehow, and they bail. I just want to know how to behave or what I can do to make things work. My last girlfriend, Casey, when she broke up with me, she said the issue was that I hadn't changed from who I was when my fiance left me. But I have. I hardly drink at all now. My job is steady and I'm a good guy. But I think the issue is that I'm suffering from the small town syndrome. Everyone knows everyone here, back Asward's little town it is. My life was about to move towards a phase, and now I'm stuck in limbo. I need a girl to fill that place so I can move forward with my life. It's always impossible to steer the conversation away from it if they bring it up or find out, because she left me because we argued over the wedding budget, specifically the dress. And for some reason, this just seems to infuriate people. I've had a lot of hate. Please, please give me advice on putting this behind me. I am honestly desperate. And of course, the community called him out from the other posts, from his ex-fiancé posts, regarding the lies and all that stuff, the dress, blah, blah, blah. And he went back saying, hey, everybody's creepy for checking out my post history. But eventually he just gave up and disappeared.
He gonna make me cuss. And I don't.
Hey, I ain't never got to worry about you cussing. Man, one thing I ain't never got to worry about. Okay, bruh, you started changes. I was telling Foxy that you started the whole post with a lie.
Isabel, Casey, dude.
No, not the name. She unexpectedly stopped the witness. Unexpectedly? So you posted like one day I was talking to the phone with her about the wedding, the next thing she disappeared and nobody would tell me, and she just sent me a letter saying we breaking up. You have not changed at all. Now you done moved on from blaming. What was it? Let's go through it. You don't blame Emma. You don't blame the parents. You don't blame Reddit. Now you're blaming women. You don't blame everybody but yourself. Everybody else. So, okay. I told you me and my wife came up with a statement a long time ago, and dude, I'm finna give you this statement. Do what you think is best. Pray on it. Because I'm done. You are a toddler who does not take accountability in absolutely nothing that you do. So, go ahead, Tracy.
I'm going to pick up where Marlon picked up. He said he's praying for you. Sir, talk to God. And I'm serious. I'm serious about this because he's the only one that can help you. Dude, I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if you won't ever grow up. You talking about I just drink a little. If alcoholism was a person statement that you just made, dude, trial. He's there. And I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to. He keeps posting. Yes, women are going to leave you when they hear that you're a controlling alcoholic. Yes, I called you an alcoholic. That's what I called you. I stand behind that. You will not, until you take accountability for yourself. No woman is going to date you. And I'm going to add this just in case. No man is going to date you. No one is going to date somebody that won't take accountability. I don't know, because maybe he said desperate times call for desperate measures. It happens all the time.
Yeah, baby, do gay.
Hey, it happens. People do that all the time. I haven't, but I'm just saying, people will date one preference and then they flip. So I'm just letting him know. Ain't nobody gonna date some irresponsible little toddler that will not take responsibility. It's not everybody's fault. It's yours. Your fault. You. Not her, not the parents, not the dressmaker. You.
He just wants to be right and can't admit that he's wrong and won't move on. He needs to move and start over, stop drinking and lying. Yeah. Dude, stop
posting. Thank you.
Dude,
I need your opinion.
Posting about it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And then, hey Parker, I forgot that y'all was live. I was watching the Oscars, LOL.
The Oscars are on?
Yeah, I'll read about it tomorrow.
There'll be some picture that'll win that ain't nobody ever seen. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Because I can't think of not one movie right now last year that stood out to me. So
Barbie.
It's probably up there. It won something. One of the, yeah. Now, one of the color purple won something. The same Oscar that Will Smith. Y'all need to move on from that.
I know, it was like last year, and Chris Rock still ain't sued.
Y'all need to move on from that. I still think it was staged.
It did look kind of staged, but then
that was the. I'm sorry, but everybody.
It was kind of like, what?
That
Nobody
was the
moved.
biggest slap I ever seen in my life.
And
it was just like.
Wait a minute. He didn't punch him. He opened, like I would open hand slap a man, right?
Yeah, but it really looks like his fingers was the only thing that touched his face.
That's what I was like. Instead, because Chris Rock didn't do nothing. I mean, I know Will Smith is like much taller than Chris Rock, so the size difference plays a factor. But normally, Marlon, if some man comes up and you slap him, you go do something bad. You're not gonna just be like, oh well, wow, he slapped me. Let me get up and make a joke. No, you're gonna be like, let's go right now. We can take this outside or right here. It don't matter. And the way they treated Will, come on, they're gonna ban him for 10 years, but that child marrying my own daughter, Woody Allen, can come. Shut up.
All right, everybody.
He did marry his own daughter. Y'all know it.
Y'all know it. There's a lot of things at the. That's why I don't even pay attention to the Oscars.
Roman Polanski still running away from child pedophilia. Let me shut up. I'm gonna shut up. See, I try to do this today. Y'all trying me today.
That is our first hour, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and take a 3-minute break to reboot and refresh. I appreciate everybody that's watching. We do have Am I the A-hole? Positive story of the week, Mafia video of the week, and just fair warning. It's from Tracy. And a Foxy's video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings. putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Till my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
We are back, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy in all of her endeavors. The Tracy Carson, who now has 200 subscribers on her YouTube channel. Congratulations. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. And as always, if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com.
Can I say something real quick? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This Friday, I am doing a special 200 subscribers show starting at 8 o'clock. Tune in as I go over some of the funniest things, walk down memory lane, and start hitting that 250 to 300. Thank you. I want to thank everybody. It took a long time to get here. But it's nowhere but up from here. Thank you, everybody.
All right, we're into the Mama Heart Hour, so let's go ahead and get into it. Am I the a-hole? Marlon, have you not seen, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce
Oppenheimer.
That. Nope.
Heard about it.
Nope. I ain't even going to try. Protected my racist mother.
I'm a 39-year-old man, and I have a son who's 17 who recently got a girlfriend. His girlfriend is black and a very nice, kind, and beautiful young lady. I met her and invited her for dinner and family events plenty of times, and she's a joy to be around. But recently, my mother's been staying with us because she's recovering from a surgery she had, and she's going on 70 years old, so she can't do much on her own. Long story short, my mother is a classic racist, and being a raging narcissist, she is not one to hold back from her opinions. I showed her a photo of my son and his girlfriend, and she went on this 2-hour rant about bloodlines and kept saying they don't look right. And when I said the girlfriend was coming to dinner, my mom said that she doesn't want the girl near her because it'll disturb her. So last minute, I told the girlfriend that she couldn't come. My son has been trying to invite his girlfriend over every day since then, but I said no multiple times due to his grandmother being here, and her saying that she doesn't want to be near her. I just don't want any problems. But he argues that I'm being a complacent racist by even allowing her to be here. And even more so for not allowing his girlfriend to come over to protect a racist. He says that I should have told my mother to leave the moment my mother said all that stuff. But my mother is an elderly woman who can hardly make it on her own as it is. And it's definitely much harder after surgery. Though I don't agree with her, I can't just leave her to fend for herself. I literally don't know what to do. My wife says my son is right about me being complacent, but of course she would agree because her and my mother don't get along well. I know that I'm not a racist, but now everyone is saying that I'm aiding one by taking my mother's side.
This is I'm the a-hole, right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Just wanted to make sure before I answered.
Okay. Are you the a-hole? Yes. You're protecting a racist. It doesn't matter if you're racist or not. And I honestly we have talked about this countless times on this show. You can go out of your way to not be a racist. And at the exact same time, be okay with racism. At the exact same time, you can be the person who is not a racist, but can sit there with your friends and family who make racist comments and think because I'm not a racist, so it's okay. Doesn't make it any better. Doesn't make you look better. So if you really think this is going to make you feel better or look better in the eyes of society because you're willing to protect somebody who raises, let's get one thing perfectly clear. There are several things that you have to understand that smashes into each other, so to speak. It's very hard for anybody to sit there and say you need to check your parent. Very hard to do. So it's easy from everybody from the outside perspective to say you need to check your parent. You need to talk to your parent. However, there will always be a time when you need to. There will, and this is one of them. You put your mother above your child. You put your mother above your wife. Because, of course, she would say what she says. She doesn't get along with her mom. You think? Your mom, who you said was a raging racist. Her racism is so strong that she can't even put it aside for her own grandchild. Let me say that again. Your mother is such a racist. She can't put aside her thoughts and beliefs for her own grandchild. But this is why I'm so mad at you, though. You're not even going to try to change things.
Mm-mm.
And it's very simple to do so. Hey, Mom, in my house, you're not going to be a racist. See how that works? See, when you're under her roof, she has her own rules. You abide by her own rules, whether you was a kid or whether you was an adult. It's her house, her rules. But she has decided you have allowed somebody to move into your house and then dictate what can be allowed in your house. And you're cool with it. But you're not a racist, so it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, you're not a racist. You're just protecting racism. Let me get these comments out real quick, Tracy. This story keeps getting worse ever since. It does. It does. And Tracy, before you even say something, I rarely ever play Daphnis, who's a guy that does these Reddit stories, but he put it in. He ended the story with something that just has to be heard.
OP, you gotta support your aging, feeble mother, so feeble that she can go on 2-hour rants about how much she hates black people. And OP, it's a relief to know that you're not a racist. You merely have racist policies. Whew, what a relief. And here the whole time reading this post, I thought you were racist, but you only support racist practices and ideas. I'm not exactly sure how that's distinguishable from being a racist, but at least you don't think you're a racist. That's quite a relief, OP. Whew.
Go ahead, Tracy.
He's racist. He's clearly racist. You don't sit here and tell me you're not racist. I'm not racist. I only let my racist, bigoted mother live in the house. Now, here's the conundrum that he's in, because he has two problems. One, he has this mother who apparently can't take care of herself. So he feels like he can't just put her out. And that may or may not be true. But since she's living under his house, and I know this isn't going to be an easy statement because I've had both of my parents live with me. And trust me, parents don't want to do what their children say, even when they're in that child's house. Some parents, they're always the parents. They're always going to be the parents. They're never going to stop being the parents. However, what you could say is your racism won't be tolerated. You will not disrespect her. You will not say anything. And if you do, you could go to a nursing home. You'll be taken care of. But you'll be in a nursing home until you get better. You're 70, not 80, not 90. You're 70. You're not that, unless she's just way more decrepit. 70 is not old. Yeah, I know. I'm saying that to all the people under 35. 70 is not old. She's not old. She can, once she gets better after that hip surgery, live on her own. I would clearly tell her, while you're in this house, you will not say anything racist to her. She's going to come over to dinner. How do you tell your son and keep saying, I don't want to do this because grandma's a racist? I'm not, but I'm going to side with grandma because, well, she's grandma. Shut up. Miss me with your quiet liberal racism. Miss me with it. Because, sir, you are racist. You are the a-hole. Your wife is right. Your child is right. Everybody that said something bad about you is right. Not only do you protect racism, you are racist. Say it again after me. You are racist.
Racist or not, I'm not going to kick my mom out while she's recovering from surgery. He is a racist too, but just a closet racist.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why he don't do nothing. He can at least say, hey, in my house, you gonna ease up off of that racism. He ain't do nothing to her.
I never said anything about kicking you out, but if I got to hear your mouth, you're gonna hear mine.
I was still threatening to put her in a nursing home. Maybe that'll get her.
That's a possibility. I'm not even gonna stop you from saying that, from thinking that, Tracy. I'm not kicking you out because I want you to recover, but there's recovery centers everywhere.
Everywhere. We can get you in-home care at your house. Because you can't say that racist stuff here. But yep. Fox is exactly right. That dude is so in the closet about being racist. He should have just said, I have a problem with the girlfriend being black. That's how he literally should have started that whole diatribe. Just start it off with being honest with yourself, dude.
Mm-hmm. Or the fact that you are such a coward such a coward of a racist, you're using your mother as the reason why you don't want her in your house for dinner.
Oh, he has black friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Fox.
They always have black friends.
That one black friend that's a Tim Scott fan, and he's conservative, and he has good values, and He's just so fun to be around. As
He's
long
so
as he
well-
doesn't, he
He's
talks so well.
spoken.
Yes, he's articulate and everything.
Like the rest of them.
He's so and he dressed well.
And he always smells good.
And he shows up to work on time. Apparently, that's
Now,
a real-
sure, he can live next door to me, go to the same church I go to, shop at the same grocery store, has to live in a segregated community. But besides all of that,
He's a good dude.
and sure, I don't want him anywhere near my children because, see, the race is mixing. Nah, I'm not for that. Because you hate to think, what if they had a child together and the child end up looking like the grandmother? Oh! See, he'll do. That's how God will get you. That is exactly how he get you. That child will look just like her.
I'm sorry, Tracy. Now you having me wish that though. I want that so much. I want the baby to come out looking like a grandma.
Just like her. She'd be like,
just black. Oh my God.
And dark chocolate black. Oh, she gonna be like,
oh my God. I would be dying. This would be so funny that she comes out looking like the grandma. Just
make it a male child so that the seed will carry on, right?
Oh,
Okay.
Yep. Got to have the seed go on. Oh, jeez, that's
Look,
funny.
Grandma, he has your eyes.
Looks just like you, doesn't she, great grandmother?
I'm a couple of minutes behind in the live stream, but that made me laugh. Tracy said, for all the people under 35 listen to this. Parker, I suggest you go back to the first hour, the very first hour.
I've been on one all day.
And listen to the story. Trust me, trust me and believe. Just go back to the first hour and listen to that story and come back. You'll understand what's up.
But that is how God gets you. Make the child look just like her. Oh, with the same eyes and the same nose and
Positive story of the week. Okay, now listen. I know I put positive stories up, but this is my show. So that means I dictate what exactly is positive. And one of the things that I find positive is just, how can I put this? Poetic justice.
My dad was an asshole. A lovable asshole. A compassionate, intelligent, caring asshole. But piss him off and he became the pettiest asshole you would ever meet. I have so many stories about his pettiness, but this one is one of my favorites. And before anyone asks, I loved my dad fiercely and miss him every day. He passed away too soon. One important thing to know about my dad is that if having the most noxious fart were an Olympic sport, he would have had multiple gold medals. Long car rides with him could be dangerous, and you knew that if Dad was in the toilet before you got there, you waited until anything he left dissipated, especially if he just had a nice, rich meal. Dad and I both loved diners, and when we traveled, we would always ask where the good local diners were. On one of our college trips, we arrived at our hotel a little early and our room wasn't ready. The hotel clerk was very apologetic. Some of their housekeeping staff had called in sick and they were running behind. Since we hadn't had lunch yet, it was around 2:30ish, we asked the clerk for their diner recommendations, and they suggested a place not far from the hotel. Off we go to lunch. Y'all, it's been over 30 years, but I still remember how good that food was, and our waitress, Sandy. Why do I remember her name? Because the couple at the table near us kept yelling it over and over and over again. There were maybe 10 people in the restaurant total, and Sandy was taking care of most of them. She was on the younger side, but knew her stuff. I always like to ask what the staff likes when I'm making my decisions, and she told me what she liked, what they were known for, and what the day grill cook excelled at. As Dad and I were thoroughly enjoying our food, we watched this couple treat Sandy like she was stupid. They sent their food back multiple times and said nasty things about Sandy so loud that we had no trouble overhearing them. Every time Sandy came to drop something off or check on us, she just looked more and more upset. Since we weren't in a hurry and the restaurant wasn't busy, we lingered over our meal, ordered dessert, and were still there when the mean couple paid their check. You paid at the cash register, and told Sandy quite loudly that since her service was so bad, all they were leaving her was $1 tip, and they thought that was being generous. They left, and when Sandy came back to give us our check, she looked like she had been crying. Dad went to pay the check and gave her a very generous tip. When we got in the car, he was pissed, and I got to hear a lecture about how if he ever found out I treated a server like these people had, he would whoop my ass no matter how old I was. We get back to the hotel and had just checked in when another couple walked into the lobby. They headed towards the elevator that we were headed towards, and Dad and I both realized that it was the nasty couple from the restaurant who had been so mean to Sandy. We got on the elevator with them. They were staying on a floor above ours. Just as the door opened on our floor and I was walking out, my dad paused, let out a large, noxious fart, and said, "That's for Sandy," and then walked off, smiling as the elevator door closed, hotboxing the nasty couple in with his equally nasty fart. I laughed so hard I cried. I do feel bad for anyone else who had to ride in that elevator after that. That is fantastic. Too long don't read. Couple was rude to a waitress and made her cry, so my dad farted in their elevator and left them to stew in the stink. First edit, thank you guys for all the love for my dad. He was truly one of a kind. Unfortunately, we didn't make it back to the diner to tell Sandy about Dad's avenging fart. Glad I could bring a little levity into your day.
You deserved it. That's all I'm going to say. Tracy, you can take the rest of it. You deserved it.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. Wow. I never would have thought. I would never in a million years do that. I don't.
So gross.
It's pretty gross. But I'm going to be with Parker. I can't comment on this. I literally can't. Would I have done that? No. I'd have probably said something like, "Don't you think that she deserves an apology?" But
No.
But
I'm with Dad all the way with this one. Hey, Dad, you would
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You will be missed. That was fantastic, and way to raise your child. Going, I don't care how old you are. You don't treat people like that at all. So, Dad, rest in peace, man. But I loved it. I loved it. You deserve it. They're not going to learn anything from it, but they're going to remember that hotel.
That smell will stick with them, though, for all. And all the other people that have to ride the elevator.
Yeah, that's the only issue that I have was, the people who got to get on after that. It's just like, what happened? But other than that, yes. Thanks, Dad. That was great. Mafia video of the week by Tracy. Okay. Once you done got into the 2000s, the older the years go by, you mature. You look back on past things, info commercials that was just, once you look back on it, you realize this is the most cringy things in the world. And it's not just the info commercials. It's the commercials in general. I'm going to show you a product that was a commercial. It's fine. I get the reason for it. I really do get the reason for the product. I get it, but we're in the second hour, so I can use cuss words. Your fucking marketing group. I have no idea what they're getting paid, but they have no business getting paid
at all.
Let's just go ahead and get into it. I can't even give you the title for it because it's literally the whole thing. So let's go.
Does the shoulder strap in your car cut into your shoulder? When you travel, is your shoulder strap too tight and annoying? Introducing the Titty Bear. That's Tiddy Bear, the cute little guy that eliminates all those irritating shoulder strap problems. Designed to make driving more comfortable, the Titty Bear snaps onto your shoulder strap and moves up and down to eliminate uncomfortable pressure wherever you need it.
My shoulder strap used to pull so tight I could hardly breathe. Now with the Titty Bear, I really enjoy traveling again.
With a patent-pending swivel design, you can easily adjust the Titty Bear to work from either the driver's side, passenger seat, or infant car seat, and it fits on all makes and models. Just snap it on, slide it to where it relieves the pressure, and you're ready for a comfortable ride. The Titty Bear stays where you want it until you move it, and it's easy to slide out of the way when not in use. The cuddly Titty Bear is filled with soft, cushy beads, so it snuggles comfortably to your needs. Place it here, or anywhere you need to keep those irritating straps from digging in.
My shoulder strap was always digging in, but the Titty Bear, it makes it comfortable for me to drive again.
Kids of all sizes love the cuddly Titty Bear, and the secure snap-on button makes the Titty Bear safe and fun for infants and small children too. The cuddly Titty Bear is so comfortable and convenient to use, your whole family will love it.
If you're in and out of your car all day like I am, you're really going to enjoy the comfort of the Titty Bear.
Now you can have your own Titty Bear and eliminate those annoying shoulder strap pains. Call and order your Titty Bear right now.
Come back, Marlon. Come back. Come back, please. I thought you was going to play the one with the gun rack. I literally thought.
No, I'm not playing that one. That's just...
Wait a minute.
Marcus said, y'all have such a childish humor. I'm not laughing. I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever. I see the concept of it. First of all, let's just call it the way it is. It's cut into my how it's look like the most comfortable thing I've ever seen ever in any car. Second of all, Foxy, you heard what they said.
You heard it.
You heard what they said.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
The one thing, it's
What did
one
she
thing.
say? What did she say?
They could have came up with a better name.
Any other name? The Comfort Bear, the Plushy Bear,
Comfy Bear.
the Strap Bear.
Okay. This is why I know y'all full of crap.
You know they named it like that on purpose.
Because the minute that you said the Titty Bear, the best thing you did was move it where? Right in the middle of the breast.
And you notice no grown men were doing. They had children.
Not one man was in the
They
middle.
had children, but they did not have not one grown man said, you know what I need? A bleep bear.
Y'all marketing suck rocks.
No, it's genius. They are genius for this. They are genius. They sat there and said, let's use a gross term for a woman's breast. And then what we'll do is we'll get nice buxom women and put the bear right there, right on the top. And yeah, and can you imagine the guy, the audition to be the voice. Oh wow!
And I was about to say without laughing through the whole thing, but this does look like a 80s, 90s commercial. So yeah, they probably was just used to it and just go, oh, okay. And just flow right
You
through
a
the whole
voiceover actor, and your agent says, "Man, I got the job for you. I got the job for you."
for Teddy Bear.
Oh, 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 oh,
Oh,
oh. I got to stop laughing.
Foxy's videos of the week.
He still should have showed the gun rack one. I thought that one was hilarious.
I can't imagine they sold more than like 2.
Oh no, they sold way more than that. Way more than that. Way.
Here's a magic trick. Pay close attention, because if you pay close attention to it, you'll see exactly how the trick was done. So pay really close on what's going on.
Yeah. Wait here.
You know what? Try that with me and see what happens to you.
Oh God. Nothing. That's a parent to a kid. Nothing.
Oh, that's a parent and child? Oh.
Yeah. Nothing.
Well, my mother wouldn't do something that silly.
No, my mom wouldn't do nothing like that. But I'm sorry. That was funny. That was
And
funny.
if I had children, I wouldn't do that to my child. See, you would do some mess like that, then be like, my daughter's traumatized, and I don't understand why.
Please, if you traumatized for a piece of paper in your mouth, you have a lot more issues. You can't even say that's the final straw.
He plays too much, and I don't understand this.
I don't want to be around you no more. Okay.
She gonna let out one of those farts, and when you be in the room together, then you'll be like, oh, well, dang.
Already been there. Already been there. You don't know my kids. They can be cruel. Next video. Okay, Tracy, I'm sorry. Y'all take this church music. Y'all take it too far.
I've seen a lot of things in church. I've heard a lot of music mixed in with, like, gospel mixed with secular. But I've never seen anybody do a combination funky chicken brunch dance. I've never seen it.
But if I asked you, do you think it would happen somewhere? Has it ever happened in any church? Because
I'm
you
sure.
said, I think you was the one that sent me the video of I'm assuming that's the pastor that had like the Soul Train line going in the church where he was in the front. Okay, somebody sent me a video of the pastor. I'm assuming he's the main pastor because there was a group of men and women behind him.
Oh, he was dancing?
Yes.
No. Thea's put that on his regular page, and I was like, this is a mess.
And this dude had a Soul Train line through the whole church. Foxy. This dude did every college sorority dance you could think of going down the whole line.
He was the dark skinned guy with the blue on, right?
Yeah. I think one time he did the Cabbage Patch, he was just all over the place. He did every doggone dance.
Nay, Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Robot.
Y'all, come on. Y'all need to slow down. Come on. Last video of the night, I'm not going to take anybody down because it's real short, but Tracy hinted on it early today. 70. You're never too old.
Girl, you do you. Because I ain't getting in no splits because I might not be able to get back up. But good for her. But the twerking was a little... She ain't had to do all that twerking.
You know what, Tracy? When you get to a certain age, you don't care no more.
Apparently.
You just really don't even care no more. Let us shut it down. Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
This Friday, well, backtrack. I will not be doing a Tuesday show. I'll do a Wednesday special show. You can tune into it, please do. But Friday, 8:00 p.m., I'm going to do a 200 subscribers show. You don't know. It's took 3 years to get here. It's onward, upward. I'm going to walk down memory lane. Hope some people join me because I've got so many memories to share, so many stories to tell. Friday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 200 subscriber show, onward, upward, 1,000, let go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ.
On behalf of me and Tracy Carson, until next time, we will see you when we see you. The titty bear. All right. Where are we going with this now, huh?